Going on, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sean and I'm a over-the-road truck driver trainer here at Rosedale Transport. In today's video, I'm going to talk to you about something that most truck driving channels are not talking about, and that's how to manage your clock. Now, the hours of service, if you're watching this video and you're in CDL school, you probably already understand the hours of service. We're allowed to drive 11 hours a day, can't be on duty more than 14 hours. That's what this video is not about. It's how to manage it and stay in tune and legal in those limits, but get more miles than the next driver. How to go from an average driver to a driver that makes the most money by getting the most miles by utilizing that clock. That's what I'm going to teach you in today's video. So make sure you stay with it all the way to the end. If you get some value from it, hit that like button and go ahead right now, hit the subscribe button, because I put out videos every day trying to teach you something. CDL school will not teach you. Let's get into it. He's gonna be in his own truck. We're in Milwaukee and look at it snowing like 3 or 4. That's too heavy. You want to tone your muscle, so you want to try to do 12.
Right inside my being held up.
Thanks for you not letting me break my neck. All right. Eggs. I have so much snow shovel. Yeah, this George boy got a snow shovel. Go look. Dig all that snow out from around my tires. 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 degrees, and I had to... All right, so now I want to talk to you about managing the clock and how the difference between a regular driver and a driver that knows how to manage this clock. That clock is going to manage you and make you or break you. So you're going to have to learn to master that clock. You can be a good driver, which is good, but to get more miles than the next guy, you got to learn to manage this clock. Now, the way I'm going to explain it to you is, you understand we got to take a 10-hour break. You understand there's a 30-minute break. I'm not saying I violate any rules at all, but I'm saying master it. All right, so you got to stop at night. You got to take a 10-hour break. Most drivers think, okay, what, 10 hours in 1 minute? I need to hit the road so I'm being more efficient. And that sounds right, but that's not absolutely correct. For example, it goes back to communicating with your dispatcher. You call your dispatcher and you tell your dispatcher, hey, what's my next load or what time I gotta be there? They say, well, your load picks up tomorrow at 2 p.m. They won't take you before 2. And you know this because you talk to your dispatcher and you talk to the customer, okay? You wake up at 7 a.m. You're ready to go. You're only 30 minutes away, right? Well, if you leave at 7 and you started that clock, 14 hours later is 9 p.m., right? Okay? So you're there at 7:30, now they're not taking you. You can't work past 9:30 because you started the clock. If you've gotten there too early, they don't take you till 2:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30, and now you can only drive at 7 hours for the day. Now, me, I slept at the same rest area you did, except I didn't start my clock till 1 p.m. I got an extra 6 hours more sleep than you did. And I got there, we both got loaded at the same time, but now I get to drive 11 hours. You only drive 7. So I drove 4 more hours than you, which equals out to be 240 more miles. Yeah. An extra 240 miles times 5 days a week is over 1,000 extra miles a week. All because I communicated and I managed that clock. It may look on paper that, oh, Sean's a lazy driver, he slept 15 hours. No, I utilized that clock to be the best that I could be. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to learn to communicate and manage the clock and find out. You got to be proactive. You got to call these shippers and say, hey, can they take me now? Can they take me later? That kind of thing. Sometimes it may say a time, but you know what? Instead of waiting, we can flip that around and you could be the same driver that called ahead and said, hey, can y'all take me early? And they may say, yeah, we get there at 9 o'clock. Now, on the flip side of that, I waited 6 hours because I thought I couldn't wait till 2:30. You got there and got loaded early because you communicated. Now you done went way past me. Took another 10-hour break, now you're getting more miles than me. Again, you've got to manage the clock, but managing the clock is not just about utilizing the hours, of course, but it's about communicating with your dispatcher, being proactive and calling ahead and thinking outside the box. Okay, every time you stop for a break, you got to do things you got to do. You got to go off duty, you got to turn that truck off. The reason why is if you don't turn that truck off and you idle, you're causing the company to spend more money in fuel and it's going to hurt your fuel bonus. So you want to make sure that truck's turned off. There's no sense of going inside and letting it run for 30 minutes. Not like somebody's stealing a truck, but you know what I mean? But by leaving your
your Samsara on duty that they clicked on while you're inside because you're too lazy to, for a second to go off duty. You do that an hour a day, 6 days a week, that's 6 hours. That's, what, 6 hours times 6? That's 360 miles you've lost because you can't utilize your 70 or another day before you can get home. So that's another important thing, by utilizing that clock, making sure you're going off duty every time. Now, I'm not saying go off duty when you get fuel, you gotta log on duty for fuel, you gotta log on duty when you're getting, you know, when you get to the shipper for the unload the trailer, things like that. But the next thing is planning your route. It's also important. All right, for example, we're on our way to Denver, Colorado, let's say, and we got a 6 a.m. morning appointment. Well, me and you both are going that way. We're driving together. You got plenty of time to get there, but you're like, well, my appointment ain't till 6 o'clock in the morning, and hell, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm gonna stop here at the Love's truck stop, get me a shower, kick back, and I don't know, maybe get me a dinner, just stay there for the night. Sounds good. Me as a driver, I'm saying, well, you know what? I got my shower on my 30-minute break. I'm just gonna go on to the shipper. I'm gonna run on there and sleep there. And you're like, why are you gonna sleep there, Sean? You can sleep at the truck stop. I'll tell you why. I went on, you stayed. You get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're going to be an hour and 30 minutes early. You drive on over there at 5:30, you're there. You started your clock at 5 a.m. Remember that, 5 a.m. Follow me? You get there, and the shipper tells you, well, we're running a little late. We can't load you till 8. You're like, all right. So you sit there for 2.5 hours. They get you in at 8. It takes 5 hours to unload. It's 1 p.m. before you're done. You started at 5 a.m. So now you can't run past 7 p.m., right? So now you're only running 6 hours. That's it. You're getting 360 miles in a day. Now I slept there. They tell me the same thing. They get me unloaded at 1. Guess what? I got a full clock. I'm knocking out 650 miles. You knocked out 360. Same load, same dispatcher, same trip, same time, same exact everything. Because you didn't manage the clock right. You don't know what's going to be held. So if you can sleep at that shipper, go there. How do you know if you can sleep there? By calling, asking, being proactive. Take your showers during your 30-minute break during the day. It's less crowded. You get in, get out. Make sure you got food. You're organized. And then it don't matter. You're self-sufficient. So things like that is things I'm going to teach you along this journey in the next few weeks. And you're going to learn to master that clock. And if you master that clock, master driving, you'll get more miles than anybody else. Hey, I hope y'all watching that video.
More miles means more money.
More miles mean more money. Hey, I hope y'all checked out this video. By the way, if you thought that video was interesting, go ahead and hit that like button right now. If you're looking for a good company that's going to train you right, you're right out of school, you don't have any experience, but you live in our hiring area, you need to call the number at the bottom of the screen, 706-226-1003. Ask for Tina. Tell me boy Sean sent you, and let's get trucking. If you're an experienced driver with 6 months experience, they got a $4,500 sign-on bonus. You get $3,000 of it in your first 30 calendar days. So definitely a great company to work for. We have a lot of drop and hook. We have great dispatchers, and it's a company that will treat you with respect. You're not a number here at Rosedale. It's a great company. That's why I'm here. Just call the number at the bottom of the screen, and call me when you get here. Maybe I can come meet you. Maybe I can be coming by the terminal. We'll have coffee or something. Let's get it.